Hi, my beautiful friends. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I am so excited. It is Monday, and that means it's story time. And today I'm going to be talking about all of our crazy and fun adventures when we lived in Virginia. And also, I'm going to be using all high-end makeup. I don't know if I've ever done this on my channel. So if you want to hear that story and how I came up with this look, please continue watching. And if you are new today, we are so excited that you're here. We truly are. And we really hope that you click that subscribe and notification bell to join this amazing family here. All right, you guys, let's get into story time. So yeah, you guys, I thought I would use all high-end makeup. I don't know if I've ever done that on this channel. I can't remember, but everything that I'm going to use today pretty much is all high-end. So, and the reason why I'm doing this is my daughter-in-law bought the Patrick Ta palette, and I was so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been wanting to try that. So she lent it to me and said, well, try it. You can always just give it back to me. I think she used it once, so I got to use this and give it back to her. I'm going to see her later on today. And what I'm going to talk about, you guys, I just want something more upbeat. It's been pretty dark around here on this channel, so I just want to do something uplifting, just something fun to talk about. And I thought my experiences in my time in Virginia, I would talk about that. I know I, had mentioned that things had happened in the last 2 years, but I want to talk about the first 2 years when we were having a blast. So let's get into this. If you're new, the way I do this, unfortunately, during a story time, I don't really get into the products, but today I might on some of them because, again, I haven't used a few of them, but it's mostly just a run through of me applying my makeup and me telling a story. So this is the palette, though. I will show you this. I'm sure you guys have seen it 100 times. This is my dirty station here, you guys, but yeah, this is the palette. Inside, there's a beautiful mirror. These are creams. These are all shimmers and mattes. So the only thing, you guys, I have swatched this palette. It's strange, because this here looks like it's like a pink shade in the palette, but when you swatch it, it's almost like, I don't know, a very warm or orange undertone. So this is going to be an interesting palette with me. So I don't know, you guys. We'll just get into it. There's so many stories to tell you guys, so it's going to be kind of all random, all over the place. Okay, so the reason why we had to move to Virginia, this was in 2014. Okay, you guys, I'm running low. I need to get some more primer. ASAP. Okay, so we moved to Virginia because, in 2013 or 14, we had, again, everything was just going bad financially. All the businesses were shutting down. So Daryl was out of work here in Michigan. So we took the first thing that he could get a job, and that was in Virginia. If you guys want to hear more about that story, I'll link that video here somewhere, and you can find out all about that. So, again, we moved there. I loved the condo Daryl had found. It was so, you guys, it was just so beautiful. Nothing like around here. There was a mall. There was the Potomac River, super close, you guys. And so Daryl started his new job, and okay, really quick here, you guys. I think I'm going to use as my transition shade. I think I'm going to mix these two here. Yeah, so we were close by the Potomac River, and that leads out into the ocean. Just, FYI, because that will play a part in some of these stories. And so Daryl found a job, and he got really close with a guy there. The guy had asked Daryl and I over to meet his wife, for dinner. And they were much younger than us. Not much, because at the time I had turned 40. I would say they were like in their early 30s, maybe. So they were younger than us, but that doesn't matter, you guys. We are very young at heart. I'm sure you can tell from a lot of my videos and pictures. We're very young at heart. So the age did not bother us at all. So we went over there for dinner, and the wife and I clicked immediately. We just got along so well. It was just so much fun, you guys. We had so much fun with this couple. And so they had a boat and we went out on the Potomac. They had a lot of friends. So it turned out to be, a plethora of friends and people to hang out with, which is super unusual for Daryl and I because we were just pretty much loners here in Michigan. So this was all exciting to us. There was a restaurant right on the Potomac that you would take your boat and you can either pull up to the dock and park it and go eat, and they had music and a big patio, and actually it was like a big dock, just you could dance, all this stuff, and the food was wonderful. It was seafood, or you could park out on the river and they would I don't know, they had like a little taxi, a water taxi that would take you to the restaurant. So it was just very, very cool. Okay, I'm gonna go in with where am I at here? I'm gonna go in with this shade here, and I think I'm gonna cut a crease today, you guys. And I'm going to tap very lightly again. These are super, super pigmented, you guys. And as you can see, even though I tapped it, it does have some kickback. So, it's just a very interesting palette. Okay, sorry, you guys. I switched up brushes. I changed my mind on what brush I wanted to use. Okay, so again, we just had so much fun on this river. Now, on this river, there was crab pots everywhere. So you had to be very, very careful of, where you're going because your motor could catch one of those crab pots very easily. Now, they had buoys or whatever they're called, to show their location. But if you're not paying attention, and it could really do some damage on your boat, you could, I would imagine, probably flip a boat. And you guys, these boats on the Potomac are not small. Again, you can go on to the ocean, so they're pretty big. Some of them were kind of the yacht like, and so it's just you got to be very, very aware of where these crab pots are, and so anyway, we're pretty careful about that. One night, we were out and we went to a place called Gilligan's, and that was pretty close out to the ocean. It was a long boat ride to this bar called Gilligan's. But we had heard all about it and everybody wanted to go, so we packed in the boat. We went out. It was a beautiful day. We had so much fun. They had these wonderful cocktails, a restaurant there. Okay, really quick, I'm gonna go and tap and go right above all this. Okay, so we went there, had a great time during the day. Now it's time to head back, and the weather's looking a little shady, you guys. It's starting to look kind of scary, and it's getting dark. And so we're starting to head back, and all of a sudden, it's dark now, and the guys' lights on the boat do not work. We can't see anything. Again, there's those crab pots. I mean, it was water was everywhere, you guys. It was, raining buckets. The waters were super, super rough. I mean, rough, you guys. I had never been so scared in my life. Everybody was scared to death, and we're just thinking, oh my gosh, should we just stop and stop. I thought we should have stopped and just stayed where we were instead of trying to find our way back to where we had docked the cars. And also, you guys, I remember when we were heading towards this place Gilligan's, there was this huge, I mean mammoth like rock in the middle of nowhere in this river. And I remember that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, where's that rock? We're not going to be able to see it. So all we're using is, we had a flashlight. I think someone did have like some kind of flashlight, and probably our phones, you guys. That's our only light. Yeah, it was very, very scary. I mean, it was honestly like a 3-hour tour that almost got us marooned on Gilligan's Island. I mean, how strange is that? The place is called Gilligan's, and we almost got stranded on this island or out at sea. I swear it was just so scary. So this is what I'm at right now. So it's a very interesting palette, I will say that. And right now I'm just keeping all of this empty because, again, like I said, I think I'm going to try cutting a crease, you guys. I'm not good at it, but I'm definitely going to give it a try. So I'm going to use a very flat brush here, my favorite crayon case, and I'm just putting some of that primer on the back of my hand. So that was one of our interesting nights. We did make it back, you guys, but again, we were just traumatized. It was the most scary thing I have ever been in. There's more scary stories, so those are coming up. But yeah, that was the one that really stuck out in Daryl and I's head because whew, we never went back to that place ever again because we were so afraid. But yeah, that was one of the fun stories with there. But you guys, we had so much fun on that river. I can't even tell you how many times we went out. And then, you know, it gets hot, so you jump in. Nobody tells us that it's been known that bull sharks go into the Potomac River. And I know that I would have never got into those waters. I mean, seriously, who would ever think, you know, on a river that there would be sharks, you know? Like, oh my gosh. You know, so all these things, you know, you hear and it's funny. I think I cut that crease okay. I think I might just fix this area here. Okay, you guys, let's think of a shimmer. What do I want to use? Let's swatch a couple. I do want to, so I'm swatching 4 out of the 5. Oh boy. And let's see what they look like. Okay, so that's way too deep. Let's see. I think I'm going to try this one here. So, you know, coming from that swatch, it doesn't look like they're pretty pigmented, but you never know, you guys. So I think I'm going to go in with this one here, and I am going to put it on my finger first just to see if it's something I'm going to like. What is going on here? It's just very, very subtle. This is very interesting, you guys. I think what I'm going to do is put quite a bit on my brush, and I'm going to spray it with some spray. Can't even tell where it's at. That did help, but again, it's not very, you know, vibrant, if you ask me. Yeah, I just thought it was going to be a way more blingy. Maybe that's what, you know, its intentions are supposed to be. I don't know, you guys. But, it's not what I had in my head at all. Oh, well, you guys, you know, we're just going to move on. I'm just going to add a little bit of this gold right here over the top. Maybe that will just help a little bit. So that's where we're at. Not at all what I had in my head. I'm going to hurry up and do my other eye. Hopefully I can remember where I'm even at on this story. And I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so this is all I can come up with. Yeah, I just thought that those were going to be more vibrant. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to put a little bit of setting spray in my cap here, and I have like a little pencil brush, and I'm just going to create a wing with one of the shadows here, and I think I'm going to use this darkest shade here. Okay, so let's go back when we first moved there, you guys. So I had found finally a job, and this is in Arlington, and it was just a very neat town, you guys. So much to do. You could walk so many places. So my lunch hours were really fun. You know, after work, there was a mall right there, so I could go shopping. I used to get my nails done. So, you know, where I was ended up being located for work was really nice, just the drive. You know, that was the worst part. But once I was there, it was a very, very nice town. Also, I forgot to mention when we first got there, it was July or, you know, August. And it was hot as, oh my gosh, it was so hot, you guys. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my, and it's humid, and yeah, it's pretty brutal. So anyway, but we had the pool, so I was pretty happy with that. But then, you know, winter came, and I think their winters start about the same as, you know, Michigan here. So I was just expecting, you know, a very mild winter. You know, we're down in the south, and I wasn't expecting much, you know, so I was kind of looking forward to winter and, you know, not having all these snowstorms and all that. Well, Michigan followed us, you guys. How shocking with me, huh? How shocking. Yep. Nobody should be alarmed or even surprised. And we got there, you guys. In 3 days, it snowed 80 inches. I'll put pictures up here. You guys won't even believe it. And that was just the first downfall, the pictures I have. So that was 20 inches in one day. We got 20 inches in one day. And I think the next couple days, I think it was 3 days because I don't even know, you guys. It was ridiculous. It was so much snow. So Daryl was at work during, you know, one of the snowstorms that hit. So I'm just going to actually spray my face. And I've been using this. It's the rose, like a rose water, and it's Manicandar, not Maniconda. I think that's what I said in my last video. Manicandar. And I just love doing this. I think it just really makes a difference with my skin. It just hydrates it. So Daryl's at work. It's coming down. So he started headed home. They started letting everybody out because in Virginia, if it snows 2 inches, everything shuts down. I mean, it's, you know, they can't handle it. Well, literally, they can't handle it. On the highway, you guys, with the snow coming down, Daryl has had pictures, everything. I couldn't even believe him. People were abandoning their vehicles and walking. I don't know where they're going to walk to. There was nothing around there, you guys. It's bizarre. I don't know if, you know, common sense just leaves as well when it does snow. I don't know. But I had never seen anything like it. They literally abandoned their cars. Okay, and for my pore filler, you guys, I'm going to use my Lancome. I think I've use this maybe, I don't know, I stopped using it at some point because I'm so low. I got this one with the Alley Glines gift card that I had won through her, and I've had it that long, you guys, so I only bring this out once in a while. So anyway, yeah, they abandoned their vehicles. Everything was shut down for over a week for sure, when I can remember. And it was ridiculous. So that was our first winter. And then spring came, you guys. I was at work and I was on the phone with a patient. And all of a sudden, I just felt really weird, you guys. I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? I thought I was fainting or something. I had no idea. I just felt really strange. And then all of a sudden, you know, the counter is shaking. I'm like, what is happening? You know, am I having a seizure or something? You know, then I realized people are panicking. And you guys, we're having an earthquake. Okay, we're having an earthquake. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. This is ridiculous. So I hung up on the patient. Of course, I'm like, I am out of this building because it was a, you know, high-rise building. I'm like, not knowing, I've never been in a earthquake. Everybody's trying to call everybody. Our phones aren't working. Nothing's working. It was a disaster. So I'm going to use this. It's the Danessa Myrix, and this is her Yummy Serum. You guys, remember when I purchased that and it was too light? I went back, I got a different shade, and that's what I'm going to be using as my foundation. But this one's too dark. But I have soft tan, so we'll see, you guys. I don't know. So anyway, okay, so if you think about it, I've been through 80 inches of snow and now an earthquake, okay? Nothing collapsed, you know, there was just pictures that were knocked off the walls and stuff. And when we got home, a lot of our pictures were off the walls. And I was just really concerned because I didn't know how bad, you know, it could have been elsewhere. I'm just thinking, okay, we're in a pretty, you know, solid building. We might be okay. But I didn't know my dog was at home. I'm like, oh, you know, nothing happened there. So, you know, there was some worry there. And I couldn't get a hold of Daryl to get home, you know, because everybody's going home at this point. Okay, again, I'm going to use the Yummy Skin, and this is a serum foundation. And I ended up getting what is this, 9N. And I even asked the sales gal for help. And this is what she gave me, you guys. So I don't know. So it has this kind of applicator. And if you guys haven't seen this, you just refill this and when it's out. So pretty interesting. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my palette and see how dark it is. Well, it don't look that dark anymore, you guys. And another time, we're in a hurricane. A hurricane hits in Virginia. I kid you not. I'm at work and everybody's like, we got to get out of here. We got to get home. I mean, it's coming down in buckets, you guys. And again, where I live, it's, even on a good day, or where I was working, even on a good day, it was a long, long, long drive. It could sometimes take hour and a half, 2 hours. I think it was like 4 hours. It was insane. Well, the floods. I swear to God, this one area, I seriously thought it was a river. I really did, because I didn't know where it was. My manager was taking me home. Bless her heart, because, she had to go home too. So she's taking me home because, again, we only had one vehicle. And there's literally a river running along like this golf course. I couldn't believe it. Literally, you could probably have been on boat. Another time a hurricane hit as well, and I was in the car with Daryl. Okay, you guys, you do not need a lot. I forgot about this. This is pretty, sorry, I'm interrupting our little story here, but this is pretty full coverage, but it's beautiful. I think the shade works with my tan going on, so the sales associate knew what she was talking about. Ooh, I like this stuff. So I'm not going to apply any more because, like I said, it's pretty high coverage. So yeah, we're in the middle of, we're getting to our, trying to get home. I mean, we're like panicking, and literally, again, you guys, a river is blocking our way to get home. And I'm like, oh my gosh, and Daryl, he goes, I'm going through. I'm like, no, you're not. And all I can envision is, the current taking our car, and that's that, and we only had the one car. I'm like, sometimes Daryl, you guys, I don't, sometimes I don't know about him. And sure as nothing, he gets through it, but just barely, you guys. We would have stalled even 2 minutes longer, I know for a fact we would have never made it through. Either the car would have stalled, which would have been worse because we would have been trapped in that current. Not very smart of Daryl, but he got us through, and we made it home. So 2 hurricanes, volcano, or volcano. Okay, everything happened there with natural disasters except a volcano. So yeah, no volcanoes, you guys. I did pick up the new Huda a concealer. I've tried it already, you guys, and this is the Faux Filter Luminous Matte Liquid Concealer, and I got mine in the shade Coconut Flakes. Not sure about this one, you guys, and I'm kind of shocked because I don't know, I just heard so many great reviews. The packaging's super, super pretty. I really love it. It's frosted glass, and the applicator's really interesting. So it looks like that. So I don't know, you guys. I don't know how I feel about it yet. So I'm just going to place it in my inner corner, and I will say, in the outer corner, and I will say it's really, really full coverage. So I'm just going to use my finger to tap this in. I feel like with this concealer, it's almost like you don't want to blend it too much, because I do like how this is looking today, rather than the other day. We had so much fun when my, family would come and visit. There was so much to do. Like I said, we used to go to Washington a lot. We would take picnics and just sit, in the mall. And, you could pack anything. We would pack a bottle of wine, anything, you guys. It's just so relaxing to watch the people, and so there was a lot of great times like that. You guys, we used to be groupies, and we would follow this 80s band. They were called the Leg Warmers. We would go in this huge group, dress up. I will show pictures here, you guys. And dress up is in the 80s, that kind of stuff. And we had a blast. I think I'm going to go in with the Rare Beauty as my bronzer. And I got mine in the shade Happy Soul. It was at the State Theater, and right next door there was a restaurant. We'd all go eat there. And again, like I said, if it wasn't for the traffic, I don't know if I ever would have came back. It's interesting to think about because yeah, we did have so much fun. Now I will say the couple that we used to hang around with, They ended up getting a divorce. And honestly, you guys, it's so hard, like when your good friends get a divorce. I'm sure, many have been through this. It's almost like a divorce with everybody because everything kind of changes. So everything kind of did change after that. Okay, I think I'm going to go in now. I'm going to use the Huda Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder, and this is in a sugar cookie. So it's almost like a translucent. So I'm just going to pretty much put my brush in here. This is the only thing with this powder. It's a nice powder, but boy, is it messy. Oh, the Halloween parties every year, we would all dress up. We basically all had a theme. One year we were the pink ladies, and the guys, were the, what are they? I don't know, the guys. And Thunderbirds or something. One year we were zombies. And then when Kurt got out of the service, he was drinking a little bit, you guys. And we were at one of our friends' house, and hold on, you guys. I don't want to get ahead of myself here. I'm in trouble, you guys. I couldn't help it. I got a new blush, you guys, by One Size. I love his blushes. You guys know that I had the other one. Well, this one is the shade I originally wanted, but when I went to go, place an order when it first came out, it was out of stock, and it's called Fat Ass. But this is the shade I wanted, so I got it, you guys. And it has a cream blush, same as the other one, but I love this shade. So, yeah, the great thing is, even though I have powder on, you can go over it, with the cream blush. So you don't need a lot. This is super, super potent. Okay, so Kurt's drinking. We're at this party. This is the funniest thing ever. So, he doesn't drink a lot, so any little bit is really kicking in with him. And the lady had like a balcony and a grill on it. And Kurt's like, "Here, kitty, kitty, kitty." And we're like, "What are you, what is going on?" She goes, "I don't have a cat." We're like, "Oh, well, maybe a cat, got on her balcony for some reason." Well, we go look over, you guys. And Kurt is calling a possum that's on the balcony, "Here, kitty, kitty." I'm like, what would you have done had this possum or kitty, kitty come in? Oh my gosh, you guys. It was the funniest thing. And then the even more funny thing was the way the girl, her house, the way she laughed. Oh my gosh. I thought, you guys, I seriously thought I was going to just pee my pants because I was laughing so hard. Okay, so this is the shade. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, I honestly could just use this and be done with it, but I am going to go over it with this shade here, the powder blush, and I'm just using a very light hand again, you guys. It is so pigmented. Ooh. And I'm going to, of course, go into my shadow like I always do. But yeah, you guys, we had a lot of fun. That was a funny story that I will laugh about forever with Kurt, calling his little possum. So now I'm going to go over it with the topper. You just need very little because I don't want to accentuate my fine lines and wrinkles. So I basically just, tap it once and then go into it. So even though it is a little loud now, see what I mean? You need very, very little. So I'm just going to go around the edges with my sponge. I am going to use this cream formula. One time, Daryl's aunt and, his parents, everything, they came down and we went to, I think it was the George Washington house. Well, prior to that, poor Aunt Judy had fallen on our porch and broke her arm, and also had a pretty bad black eye. I mean, she was pretty bad, you guys, but she was such a trooper. She went to the Washington house the next day, and you guys, they wanted to get oh gosh, like memberships, because again, we live there, and they thought, okay, we're gonna come back, so they got these memberships. Well, I got the picture, you guys. I'm gonna show you. Aunt Judy got her picture, and it goes on like on a ID. I swear, she looked like Johnny Cash. Well, she said it. She goes, "Oh my God, I look like Johnny Cash." We're like, "Oh no, I can't be that bad." And then we would go to Old Town Alexandria, and it's a beautiful, beautiful town with art and tons of restaurants that had tons of history. They had ghost walks that we would do, especially when my friend came down to visit me. We did a ghost tour. There were some roads or sidewalks that still had the cobblestone. It was just really, really neat, you guys. And then one time, we were down there in winter, and they had all the carolers dressed in like the old, time with the lanterns. It just was, there were so many things of it that were so cool. Okay, so you guys, I think I'm pretty much done with my makeup and eyes. And I'm going to use the Chiate, and this the Watermelon Burst setting spray. I really like this, you guys. As you can see, I've been using it a lot. It does smell like watermelon. So again, if you are sensitive to smells, you will not like this. But I will say my makeup does last really well when I use it. But it is high end, it is a little pricey. Maryland was right there, you guys. We would go to, oh gosh, Atlantic City. We went there twice. That was beautiful. It's right there on the ocean. So we went there one time when it was really hot, and we went one time when it was winter. It was so beautiful. And then what else did we do? Ocean City. That is super fun, and that's a funny story, you guys. So we were going to Ocean City, and we're driving, and we're seeing signs as we're getting closer, and the signs say Senior Week, and we're like, oh boy, we're gonna be there with I don't know, you guys. I don't know where my head is anymore sometimes. So I'm thinking senior, like senior citizen. So I'm like, well, this is going to be interesting, So we get their note senior, like seniors from high school. So, oh my gosh, you guys, we had so much fun watching those fools, and we were staying right there on the ocean. Well, we saw streakers and everything. And my mom's with me, and she's like, what is going on? And she's like staring. I'm like, well, why are you watching? So, we just would be laughing and had a great time. So yeah, one time there was a fair, you guys. We saw Casey and the Sunshine Band for free. He was playing at this fair. We took Mimi, our dog. It was right towards the last of her good years. We took her hiking in the Shenandoah Mountains. That was so beautiful, dangerous, scary, but it was so beautiful. We took a lot of breaks, and yeah, that was a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm going to use this, and this is the KVD, and this is the Go Big or Go Home mascara. I love this mascara. It's a really nice one, and I love the wand. It's like old school wand. Yeah, I've been using it and liking it. I almost forgot to tell you guys, I'm so glad I looked at my notes. So Daryl planned a date night for us. I had no idea where we were going, and so we took the metro and we went to Georgetown, which is pretty much a college town. But there's great restaurants there. And so we had a very, very nice dinner. And then after dinner, he said, let's go for a walk. All of a sudden, he goes, do you recognize this house? And I'm looking, and I'm like, kinda. But then I recognized the stairs. You guys remember the movie The Exorcist? It was the Exorcist house and the stairs. Well, the house looked different because, I think during filming, they had added on to that house, for whatever reason. But so the house did look a little different, but it still was creepy. And going down those steps, the ones, if you guys seen the movie, where she pushes the priest out the window and he goes down those stairs, that staircase. And I think I have a picture, so I'll post that here. You guys, I had the worst, I don't know, just bad juju on those, stairs. I was afraid to go down them. I thought, I was going to be pushed down them, crazy things go through your head, but it was so bizarre. And I'm really kind of, I was glad at the time. I'm like, what kind of date is this? But I'm really glad that he did that. He took the time to go investigate what to do with me that night. Kurt joined the service while we were there. Okay, that was a hard time in our lives, because whenever a person joins the service, for 3 months for sure, there's no contact with the outside world, so he couldn't call us. There was only just writing letters, and I got very few of those. I was just devastated. So finally, when it was time to go visit him, and he went to South Carolina, so he went for his graduation in basic, you guys. I have pictures. This is the best. So we got to, get on base, the day before the graduation, because we can't see him until he is fully graduated. But they let, the parents on the base, so we're like, maybe we'll get a glimpse of him. So we're like in master camouflage, trying to find Kurt, which we never did, you guys. But it was fun pretending well to try to find him. Okay, I'm going to line my lips, and I'm going to use the essence. And this is my favorite, you guys, because, duh, how shocking. So I think I did this lip combination. I feel like I did it yesterday or the last video. So if I did, I am sorry, but I don't have a lot of high-end lip products. So this is the one thing that is not high-end. We went to South Carolina. We went to Busch Gardens while we were there. Again, Virginia Beach. We went there. Honestly, I think Virginia is a great place to visit, to vacation at. Again, because you're close by DC, you're close by Virginia Beach, you're close to Maryland, you're not too far from Jersey, so there's a lot to do. You could make really a 2-week vacation staying right in probably Arlington, and like I said, just kind of branching out and going all these other places. Okay, so I am going to use my Patrick Ta. I got this in my BoxyCharm. This was in the Luxe box. So I'm going to use this. So beautiful, you guys. Now this I really love. It has a beautiful shimmer in it. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Okay, now, because this is such a beautiful gloss, I am going to wipe it with my tissue before I do replace it back in here. Okay, you guys, I think I am done. I think I went through every single story. Honestly, think I hit everything that I wrote down, so I'm super proud of myself. Okay, so this is the final look, you guys. Again, I like how the eye look turned out. I guess, I don't know, I just felt like the shimmers would be more vibrant, but looking at it now, it does look a little better. I don't know how that had happened, you guys. I think I just had it in my head that, yeah, it was just going to be more blingy, and I didn't have to build it up as much as I, had to. I'm not sure about that cream formula. I just feel like, the longer that it's sitting here, I don't know. And I don't know about that concealer. I don't know. I don't think it's one of my favorites. It's not horrible, but I don't know, you guys, like, especially this eye, if I come close, there is like a little bit of, like it's becoming crinkly. So I don't know about that. I love these blushes. These are so worth every penny. I mean, they're $36, but again, look how big the pan is. This will last so long. I love this, but would I repurchase it with my own money? I don't know. Would I repurchase this with my own money? No. This is definitely not a palette that I think I would want to buy. I do like, like I said, it looks pretty, but there's something about it, you guys. And I love this, of course, and I love my Rare Beauty bronzer. You guys, this is gorgeous. I am so happy that I brought that back out, you guys. It's been sitting in my drawer because I'm like, it's too dark. I meant to take that back and get a different shade. I'm super glad that I didn't. I just can't believe this beautiful glow I have going on. It's like the perfect amount of coverage. This is the kind of coverage I like. High medium, like for certain days. So it's just very, very, very pretty. I love this. This is such a great mascara, you guys. You know, hardly any effort to apply it. It's very easy to apply. All right, you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this story time. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Again, you know, if you ever have the chance, if you haven't done so already, definitely, you know, that's a trip to do. I definitely want to return there, you know, someday, and just see how much has changed. And it's been almost a decade since we've been home. So I do miss it. And honestly, like every memory is so clear as day to me from that period of our lives because it was just so, it was probably, you know, just the best years because we were the perfect age. We had so much fun. Yeah, you guys, I love story time. Yeah, I wish I had more stories, you know, and we could do this forever. But yeah, we got 2 more weeks of it and we're just going to make the best of it. I love you so much. And until next time.